It's week 4 of the NFL.
And up next, we'll get a look at Patrick Mahomes. He's coming off a nice week throwing the ball. 4 touchdown throws.
It's the Chiefs and the Jets on Sunday night.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup on town, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the New York Jets. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, when the schedule came out back in May, and folks made their lists of what might possibly be the best games of the year, this one definitely garnered a lot of votes. So now here we are, week 4, Mahomes versus Rodgers on what could be a very memorable Sunday night.
Made even more memorable by the fact that, as you mentioned, their first meeting ever. Now, there have been 2 other opportunities, but an injury to Mahomes and illness with Rodgers prevented these 2 from hooking it up. But that's going to happen in this one. And now, finally, those 2 going head-to-head.
A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. The Chiefs offense now ready to go to work for the first time, led by Patrick Mahomes, the 2018 NFL Most Valuable Player.
After seeing what he did last week, throwing 4 touchdown passes, I had to go to my thesaurus to try and come up with some great words for what he did. I'm still coming up blank. He was scintillating.
I'm going simple. I don't have your thesaurus. I'm going dynamite. He was dynamite.
I'll take it.
Mahomes' throw complete there to Rice. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
First down, Chiefs.
Now a 7th-round surprise from a year ago. It's Isaiah Pacheco. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Now here's Mahomes. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And Hardman's going to pick up a Chiefs first down as he'll get this down to the 41.
And the first down, Chiefs.
Mahomes going to throw. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. And, Charles, this defense, they know that they've got their work cut out for them. Here's a quarterback coming off a game in which he threw 4 touchdowns. And they've watched the tape all week. They've seen it, but what can they do differently?
I think they've got to approach it like a pitcher facing a really hot batter. Get him uncomfortable in the box. Change speeds, change locations, change the pitches you throw at him. So show different coverages, blitz sometimes, drop back other times. Just don't let him get comfortable or let him get into rhythm.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
A run by Pacheco on second down. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. 8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Jermaine Johnson drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. Butker's kick here is good, and the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Well, the new-look Jets ready to go on offense, and it is the veteran Aaron Rodgers at quarterback.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
The Jets at 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Delay of game, offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Rodgers now to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
There on the coverage.
Now Rodgers. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This from 54 yards away. Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and that will tie us at 3-3. So a return of serve, so to speak, here on the 2nd drive of our game as they respond to that opening field goal with 3 of their own.
I like that. Go a little tennis on me.
I know you like to mix it up with sports.
They crack a forehand back out, and they get a backhand. What was the serve? What was the return on?
It was a backhand.
I like
and a really good backhand.
With some nice top spin on the whole
bit.
I love it. Almost a mirror image when you really get down to it. I thought that was pretty good stuff.
Hardman, he is not going to bring this out, so they will start the drive at the 25. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Down the right sideline. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Pacheco. Nice little juke. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
Working from the gun, Mahomes toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Against a team coming off the win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Here's Pacheco, and he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year, and the Chiefs have taken the lead. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it, and he gets it done.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead is now 10-3. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Breece Hall helped leading out this offense for another series. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as the season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. 10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. To throw is Rodgers. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now Rodgers. He dumps this one off here to Hall. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
At the 43-yard line.
That's thrown quickly out wide to Lazard. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 49-yard line. Throwing now is Rodgers. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Here's 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
Now it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. Rodgers going to throw. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. And he's got this down to the 35. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
A 4-yard pickup on the play. And the 1st down, Chiefs.
On play action, it's Mahomes. Wide open receiver, complete. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Richie James, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead is now 17-3. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. He might take this all the way. And a mistake on the lateral. It's a loose ball. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And they worked this out past the 25. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And again, it's Mahomes. And he comes back with one complete. Now he's free at the 35. He may go. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Chiefs have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Jets 3.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The New York set to take the field. And last time they were stopped on 4th down, had a drive stalled out. We'll see how they respond this go-around.
I'm eager to see what their mindset is, because moving the ball, feeling good, and then that abrupt stop on 4th down, do they go back to the bench and go, oh, boy, they've got something for us? Or do they go to the bench and say, we blew it ourselves. Let's get back out there and move the ball again.
And is it different when you get stopped on 4th versus punt? Is that more motivation for the defense, a little more confidence?
I think as a defense, you're so excited with a 4th down stop. Making them punt, that's your goal anyway. But a 4th down stop, that's almost a sign of disrespect that they went for it in the first place. And when you get that, you feel great about yourselves.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
47-yard line.
On play action, now Rodgers. Taking in left side, it's Wilson. And he's brought down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
That's another Jets.
On 1st down, Rodgers. And his throw here's incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
2nd and 10.
Hey, take 26.
On play action, it's Rodgers. This one deep for Wilson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 14. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the 1st half. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Hey, 88.
Rodgers to throw once more. Steps away to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the 1st half winds down.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
A 31-yard attempt.
And that is no good. He pulled it just a wee bit wide left. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, where it was the visiting Lions who come in and get the road victory. Jared Goff, sharp in the victory, as his guys bounce back from a tough start to the year to claim victory number 1. From there we say, so long, America. Hello, England, as we head over the Atlantic to check out the action in London. And it was the visiting Atlanta Falcons who come in and get the victory. Bijan Robinson, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. And then one more to highlight, Monday Night Football. That'll be a good one between the Seattle Seahawks and the New York Giants. we got a strong first half out of the running back Isaiah Pacheco. He found the end zone twice, once on the ground and once in the passing game, as he proved he's anything but a one-dimensional running back. Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. As we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game. Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on fourth. They're going to try and throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Here's Rodgers to throw. Dancing to his left. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A very solid gain of 27. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 44-yard line. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Rodgers again now. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now Rodgers being chased out left. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. Rodgers now to throw. Buying time to his left. And this one's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Forced out to his left. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
26.
They'll run with Hall. And he will. Down at about the 21-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
That's another Jets first down.
A first throw for the backup Wilson. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Zach Wilson, a 21-yard touchdown run. And the Jets take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points. All right, so this one not quite over yet. Back to a 2-score game, CD.
Yeah, and you've still got 4+ minutes to go, so when you think about comebacks, it's happened before. Now, it hasn't happened often, but you've got to think to yourself, let's be the next great comeback story and play this one out.
Zuerlein good with a PAT, and the lead will be cut down to 4. Here's the Chiefs punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now Cobb to return. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10.
42-yard line.
Now Wilson. Steps away to his left. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And they're going to speed things up here. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got him this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. To throw is Wilson. On the move to his left. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Rolling to his left. They'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the 1st, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Here now, 2nd and goal. Throwing is Wilson. Steps away. And it's caught on the deflection. And this is going to be a touchdown. Well, he scrambled outside of the pocket and wondered what was going to happen there. He fired a dart. That's what happened.
He certainly did. Scrambled left, looked left, and then left it in the receiver's hands with some dispatch.
In the receiver's hands, in the end zone for the score. Zuerlein connects on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Hardman will elect not to bring this out, and the football will be on the 25-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game, and now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here, or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
James has got it, complete. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on to kick it away. On the return comes Cobb. It'll be a 40-foot. Chiefs on the return. And the Jets will take over. So here's Wilson and the Jets. Down by 7. 1:07 remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That one checks all the boxes, doesn't it? You get the first down, check. Get out of bounds, stop the clock, check.
What about that one last check? Keep your quarterback from getting hit. That's a big check.
Yeah, check there as well. Good call. Open man here is Conklin. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. Back to throw. Rodgers. Dancing to his left. Hit as he throws there. Incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion. So I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
If you've been waiting all day for this Sunday nighter's been worth the wait. It's third down here. Out to his left. And that is incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
No choice but to go. Here's fourth down now. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Being chased out left. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Now Wilson on the move to his left. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 2 timeouts still in their back pocket. It's first and 10. Rolling to his left. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
Things started a little slow for him as a runner, but he has really found a different gear here in the second half. He's been more aggressive, challenging the defense when he sees an opportunity, and now he has a 100-yard game to show for it.
Here's first and goal. They'll run with Hall. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Second and goal from the 6 this time. Here's Wilson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Nearly an interception. If that one's picked off, it's over. So a new lease on life, so to speak.
A lot of times when you're in coverage, you're so focused on the man and the coverage that sometimes the ball, if it arrives, it surprises you. That man.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Nick Bolton. And the Chiefs have just about sewn up this football game. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. A couple more minutes, and maybe the outcome of this one, Charles, would have been different, but ultimately time runs out on the comeback, so it falls short, and they hold on to win this by just 1 possession.
Not the fourth quarter they wanted, but they did earn the win, and they'll be happy about that, and they should be. Now they're going to go back to practice, see what they can do to prevent a future lead from slipping away like this one was.
So for the Chiefs, They're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.